Go get it, Tank.
Man, I ain't had it.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, Tank. You got it. Let's go. Classic.
We have just made it here to San Francisco. We'll be meeting with the mayor. We just met with Dr. Amos Brown. We're going to continue to push forward and get justice, not only for George Floyd, but take this momentum and try to bring about real change. That's why we're getting proximity. We're getting here. I got my brothers with me.
We here. We here.
Got my brothers with me.
We here.
Got my brothers with us. My brothers. Got my sister here with me.
Yes.
Queen. Got our queen.
Got my brothers here with me.
Love y'all, boy.
Got Tank here. So we want to continue to tell everybody to continue to protest. Don't lose your enthusiasm, but at the same time, understand, don't lose your focus. All of the looters and all those people that are doing that, that's not the real protest. I got a chance, we all got a chance to go to Minnesota and see the evolution of the protest. When we went to the Rodney King protest, we were young. We went to Trayvon Martin protest. But here's the thing about this, is that to see those young folks on fire because they want change. And if anything can give you inspiration, think about what's going on around the world. In where I live in Thousand Oaks, which, if you know anything about the city, to see 1,000 or 2,000 white people with Black Lives Matter posters in their hand, to see in Minnesota when it was 65% of the crowd was non-black, that lets you know that everybody saw what happened to George Floyd, who was handcuffed, begging and pleading for his mother. The humanity in them has bubbled over. I cannot tell you how many people have called me, from Justin Timberlake to Andrew Garfield, people who are non-black. My white friends are saying, what can we do to be involved? So we want to take this momentum. Don't get distracted by all of the craziness. And if you're out there acting crazy, please just give us an opportunity to take this momentum that's all over the world and really get something done. We have to change the language when it comes to police brutality. It has to be on the books that if you do something fatally or bodily harm to a suspect, that there will be a repercussion of jail time. We all have seen this. We cannot sit back and continuously let them tell us that when we see a murder, they see a misunderstanding. We have to constantly stay, don't burn out. Dr. Amos Brown, who's walking down, this is his church that he's allowed us to be social distancing, but at the same time, getting a history lesson of how we got here. This man who studied with Dr. Martin Luther King in Morehouse College, he just gave us an education because we wanted to get the education about what we're fighting for. And if he could come forward just one more time, and I'm gonna stay my distance, but if you could just give us a few words of encouragement, talk about what you've seen in your protest and what we need to do today for everybody out there who wants to do something right.
As one Winston Churchill said during the dog days of World War II, when he spoke to the students at Harrow School, and the students were waiting with great anticipation, hearing some extended, profound, eloquent statement. Winston Churchill got up and said, "My subject is never give up. And he sat down. He shook the house. And I say, never give up on yourself. Never give up on your people. And never give up on fighting for justice. For in due season, we shall overcome. Truth, crushed to the earth, will rise again. No lie, as Dr. King said, can live forever. And old folks will say, you will reap what you sow. So America better get it right, or else this wind that she has sown of racism and injustice toward blacks will cause them in this nation to reap the whirlwind of a lost democratic republic.
Tell us where we are. Tell us about the history of this church, please.
Third Baptist has been the embodiment of liberation. And for these 168 years, we have been about doing justice, loving mercy, and walking humbly with our God. And every pastor who came before me, those 16 pastors, were always on the cutting edge of speaking truth to power and keeping alive a social justice ministry for the liberation of all people.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Oh boy. Shit. So that's why we made this trip. We're gonna meet with the mayor tomorrow. A peaceful rally, but an aggressive rally to where we take all of that energy and all of that anger that we have and we turn it into some good. We cannot say enough. We cannot give up. We cannot stay silent. Shout out to Stephen Jackson. Shout out to George Floyd and his family. Shout out to Ahmaud Arbery. I got a chance to talk to Ahmaud Arbery's father. I posted it. I think you should go to it. It's on YouTube, but it's not monetized. I want you to understand that it's not a monetized YouTube. I started a YouTube channel thinking I was going to do all of this funny stuff, but just how life happens, man. I want to do what's on my heart. So if you go to the YouTube and check it out, it's a conversation with Ahmaud Arbery's father, and you will hear a black father talking about his baby son, talking about how his daughter has a master's degree and he don't know how to tell, he don't know what's going to happen with her. Talks about how he wanted to pass it on, the fact that, he lived in Georgia and passed it on to his daughter who's got some master's degree. His son was a loving kid. So please check that out. We got a lot of work to do and get in close proximity. And this is how we started. This is how we continue to keep going. And Tank is playing wonderfully in the back. Wonderfully. In one of the most historic churches in the world. If we could get Tank to sing something for us.
Make it up. Feel it. Let's go. Woo. Yeah, no. What key is that? What key is that?
B flat.
Do it now.
Yeah.
Gotta do it.
Time to go. Wait a minute.
Huh? G?
New album I'm putting together. New album I'm putting together right here. It's coming. F.
That's my key. Jesus is my Savior. I put all of my faith. I put my faith in Him.
Come on, Tank.
I put my faith in Him. Oh, I will put my faith in Him. Said I will put my faith in Him. My faith in Him, Lord. Said I Good God Almighty, yeah. I put my faith in Him. Working. All the good testers.
Yeah, go ahead.
Please put your faith in Him.
Right here.
I put my faith. I put my faith. I put my faith. I put my faith in Him. I put my faith. I put my faith. I put my faith in Him. I put my faith. Yeah, count that. I put my faith in Him. I put my faith. I put my faith.
Come on, choir director.
I put my faith. Oh, stay on it. I put my faith.
Come on, Tyler.
I put my faith. Come on with the melody, yeah. I put my faith in
got, Dave Brown?
I put my faith, yeah.
Why not? Why not? Why not?
I put my faith,
Come on, son. Yeah,
I put my faith, yeah.
yeah you gotta do it.
My faith,
Fox, where you at?
midnight hour, my faith, early in the morning, I put my faith, oh, I put my faith in it. I put my faith, I put my faith, I put my faith in it.
That's what God bring out. That's what God bring out.
Yeah.
Commission right there. Give me some of that. Give me some of that commission. Come on, Fox. Give me some commission. Give me a little commission, Fox. Please, give me a little bit. Give me a little bit.
That's yeah.
Oh, got it. You got that. You know you got that.
Incredible. Detroit.
Watch your step.
Words of love that mean so much. Ordinary, just one do. I need someone, my Lord, I need someone. Want someone near you. Someone
Let's go, dude. Let's go, dude.
Gotta have a touch from you. I know it's finding in Come on now.
Yes, the ordinary. We're on a mission.
Ordinary just won't do. Can know it's finding in you, Jesus.
what we out here doing. We're gonna keep it positive. With our protest, stay vigilant. Keep on message. What we're actually fighting for, man, because it's gonna be a long road. And keep focus on George Floyd, man, and how that man asked for his mom, how that man said, please don't do this to me. Just put yourself back there. Every time you're watching some media or you're hearing some conspiracy, just understand that none of this would have come about had that man showed that man decency, had those police officers showed that man humanity. They already had that man in that police car. They took that man out to disrespect him. And when we talk about Black Lives Matter, I watched something where this man said, of course all lives matter, but all lives can't matter until Black lives truly matter. And that's the truth. When we see somebody like George Floyd, we see our family, we see our brothers, we see our sons, we see our fathers. They don't understand who they're killing. That man has started his own church outreach. He said, I've gone through things. I fell off, but I got myself together. He was trying to make a difference. He was talking to the young kids, telling them, put the guns down. You don't understand who you're killing. Everybody ain't a thug. Everybody's not what you think they are in your mind. That black man was somebody that people loved, and he loved people. You see it, you can feel it all over the world. So let's not let him down. When you out there, no more to looting, man. We got it. You got it out your system. Please, we begging so we can stay on message, so that we can get things done. And that's where we have to stay vigilant. If you agree with this, if we're saying stop doing those things, then we really have to follow through, because there is truth in the fact that we have been doing this for hundreds of years. We have watched this happen over and over again, and that's why Black Lives Matter makes sense. That's where it comes from, because it appears that it didn't matter when he said, I need my mom. It didn't matter when he said, I can't breathe. It matters, man. And anytime you see any type of police, the way they handle other people that aren't black, it is completely different. We can't overlook that. There have been situations where white individuals have carried out heinous crimes, and you took them to eat, or you apprehended them. All we're asking, we're not asking for anything more. We're asking for what is right. If I've done something wrong, hey man, put the cuffs on me, put me in the car, and get me there. And if it's 4 or 5 of you, then we need to talk about training and all these other different things. But if we done something wrong, don't kill us, man. $20, man. $20. That man's life wasn't worth an alleged $20 bill. That man's life wasn't worth a loose cigarette. So all we're asking is that we stay vigilant in this time. Be of one mind, and let's honor these people and honor their families. And also, when it comes to the media, we had a fantastic moment in Minnesota that was calm. It was the mothers of the victims that spoke, and it wasn't one camera that wanted to get it. So we all have a responsibility. Please show that. Please show what they did in Colorado, where it was 85% white and other, and it was calm. That's it. Thank you. So we can just vibe.